So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Liv? Where are you from? Where were you born?
Where was I born? I was born in Panama.
Panama, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So are you Panamanian?
Mm-hmm. Well, kind of.
Yeah?
I have a dual citizenship, yeah.
Wow. So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, and how old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very pretty. And I'm sure that obviously you're a horny girl. You came to the porn industry, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, do you mind if we talk about sex?
Absolutely not. Let's do it.
Let's talk about it. What is a fantasy of yours? What would you like to? What's the biggest thrill you haven't done yet that you would like to do?
In all honesty, I would love to do a gangbang.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like dicks, I take it.
I do.
You dick fiend, you. Yeah, you want multiple dicks. Just one's not enough? Is that?
I know.
Wow. That's great. Well, you came to the right place. There's multiple dicks that's just waiting to get at you. I can tell. I mean, you're just absolutely beautiful, striking. I mean, hey, very exotic look. And, all right, well, when was the first time you had sex?
I think I was 17 or 18, so maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Ish.
And did you just immediately like it? Like,
Yeah. Well, right out the gate swinging. Like, as soon as I, lost my virginity, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. And I was just all over the place after that.
Right. Yeah, that's only a few years. That's
I know.
That's great. I'm glad you made it this way, I'll tell you. So, what's the craziest thing you've done thus far sexually?
Sexually?
Yeah.
Fucking in an abandoned senior home.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that counts as crazy. It was a weird place.
That sounds weird. That's kind of weird, but I like it. Like an abandoned, that's kind of creepy and weird and scary all at the same time.
I know.
Did you have weird vibes in there? Was it kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, did it feel haunted, like you were getting fucked and there was a ghost watching you?
Yeah, it did. It did feel kind of like creepy, spooky. Like, if anything was gonna be haunted, definitely that place. It had lots of weird vibes going on. But
did you ever want to do anything like crazy in a graveyard or anything like that?
Honestly, I don't think I'd mind. It's not something like I need to check off and it has to happen. But I think I'd be into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got, this is more about you than me, but I have to tell you this. I had sex in a graveyard once.
Did you?
Yes, and excuse me, the girl that I had sex with, she really wanted to go. So I told her, stop stepping on the graves, like step over them. And then we found this place where it was a slab of, like a small slab of concrete that had the grave underneath the slab and a little tombstone thing there.
Yeah.
And lily pads and water, and we just got down right there, and it was like recessed down about 6 inches, and there was where they had dropped the casket, and then there was concrete, it was like a concrete rectangle that had lily pads and water in it. And then the next day, she had bruises all over her, from her knees down to her ankles.
What?
And I'm like, what's up with that? Like, I don't even remember grabbing your knees and ankles. And I told her it was the ghost trying to pull her down because she kept stepping on the graves. But it was just weird. It was just
spooky.
Oh my God, it was crazy.
That's crazy.
It was the weirdest thing.
Oh my God.
It was great sex, but I don't know if I'd do it again. It was a little haunting, so, and that was real weird that she had all those bruises, because I did not grab her by the ankles. I was like, man, somebody's trying to pull you down. But so what would you like to accomplish? Enough of that. What would you like to accomplish in the porn industry? What are your goals?
I love being my own boss. I really want to start making my own content, like just fucking everybody, and then why not record it, so I could see it later and watch it myself.
Hey, that's a boss. You're a boss.
I know.
There's leaders in this world and there's followers in this world, and it's not a bad thing being a leader. So, take charge of your career. I encourage you to do so.
I know. I just like, I feel so lucky that like I love having sex, and now I get paid to have sex. Like, that's so crazy that I get to make my job out of something I love doing, you know?
Yes.
I get to do that.
Yeah. So let's talk about vagina. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about vagina?
Do I like girls? Is that
Yes.
the question? Yes.
Yes, you do, huh?
Girls are hot, of course.
Girls are hot. I agree. I love girls too. I'm not, much into the dude
What's
thing.
not
but
to like, yeah.
yeah, I think it's kind of normal for girls to like girls. Like, they're very, girls are appreciative of other sexy girls. It's great. Mm-hmm. What now you're not. You've shot a few scenes. Mm-hmm. What's the most extreme thing you've done so far?
For a scene?
Yes.
That's a crazy question. I don't know. Crazy? Oh, I was like pretend chloroformed one time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then fucked after you were passed out?
No, I woke up and I was in chains, and then we fucked.
That's kind of hot, but kind of wrong at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of both. The fantasy is nice, but I would not like it if that really happened.
Right, no, that
The role play was cool though. Yeah, I liked that.
See, that's the thing about the porn industry. That's one of the great things about the industry is that you can actually, you can role play things out like that you wouldn't do in your normal life that would just be wrong. But you can do it in porn and it's okay, and it's kind of taboo and just fulfills fantasies, and it's the great thing about the adult film industries. It allows you to do that stuff.
The role play is really cool, and it's both, it's consensual, so I feel fine the whole time. I'm safe, and I still get to role play like the dom sub kind of relationship, something like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain, but I really liked it.
So are you kind of submissive? Do you think? Are you a sub at all, or are you?
I would consider myself a switch. But I do like being sub, of course.
Yeah, a switch. What do you mean? Would you like to? Do you sub to guys and more dom to girls? I find that a lot.
I don't know. I like doing both to both. It just depends on how the dynamic works.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
you're
it's
talented.
fun to be both.
Both sides of that brain clicking. That's killer. So let's see. What about? Do you like black guys? Have you ever slept with black guys?
I did the first time, like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That soon? Wow.
Mhm.
And did you enjoy it?
I did. I mean, what isn't there to enjoy?
Right.
Still dick.
Yeah. But they have much bigger dicks than white guys. I'll just say it's true.
It's pretty big. It was pretty big. I gotta say that.
Yeah. So you're a fan of the big dick?
Yeah, of course. I love all dick though. Honestly, it's kind of like hard to say. It's not like a preferred
Girl, you have
size.
come to the right place. There's so many dicks out there for you. That's like
I'm just saying, everything's good. You know what I mean? Especially like a lot of I get a lot of questions about like, do I prefer any like certain size or something? Like, I love dicks of all sizes, especially if you know how to like have sex and like great stroke and everything else. Like, it doesn't matter. It can always be fun, Right.
I agree. So, well, that's great. Well, we got you here today to, talk to you about sex. We're obviously going to shoot a movie on you today, and you're okay with that. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. How long would you like to stick around in the porn industry? Where do you see your future being in, say, 2 years? Would you like to still be around?
Of course. Yes, I love porn. I love my job.
Would you like to grow into, say, MILF status and just keep going for another 10 years? Because you can.
Honestly, I do want to have like a college degree in something different, but that's not to say I wouldn't, still want to do porn. I love porn. If anything, I'd love to make a career out of porn, but I love learning things, so I'd still like to learn other things. No,
that's great. That's great. So you can get educated while, hey, put yourself through school. There's been thousands of girls in the past that have done it, so that's good. And what? So you want you would like to be gangbanged. Is there anything else that like really just turns you on?
A huge turn on for me is honestly, I love porn, right? But I also really like the outside of porn sex where it's like there's a connection there, and like I really like somebody and like it just feels different, you know what I mean? When you like have a connection with somebody and it's a little bit more intimate, I love that. Even though I love rough sex, I love intimate sex too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, that's where passionate sex, hot, passionate sex, it's not always so, you lose that sometimes in the roughness I've seen.
Yeah.
Where it's just rough and domination and there's not enough passion in it. And passion's really, you see it and it's, it's a real turn on. For me, it's a real turn on. It's like, you got to be able to jerk off to porn.
Yeah.
And, which brings me to the next subject. Do you watch porn? Do you masturbate to porn? Watch a lot of porn?
I do watch a lot of porn, actually. Ironically, I love watching anal porn. It's like one of my favorite categories.
Okay, are you headed towards the anal side of porn?
I've never done anal, even in my personal life, which is why I find it ironic. I like the camera angles they use when filming anal. Yeah.
Have you? Well, obviously you haven't. Have you ever thought about when obviously you've seen DP, one in the ass, one in the pussy. Does that a turn on for you?
I think the concept is fun. Once I try anal, I could give you like a solid answer, but yes, I think the concept is super hot.
You're open to trying it though. I can see that maybe maybe not just right now, but
things.
You are, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's why you're here.
That's why I'm doing porn.
Yes, porn's great. There's a lot of, this industry will allow you to walk down many paths and nobody will judge you for it. You can kind of pick and choose where you want to go and nobody's going to, people will encourage you to go down those paths. Sometimes you don't want to and sometimes you do, but that's great, Liv Wild. You're going to be around for a long time. I can see it.
I hope so. I love it.